Welcome back, everyone. This is XP Guild, and we're back. Yeah. We had a little bit of a hiatus. Dave decided to have a tornado come through his town and knock out power and, kick him out of the house for a few days. But luckily, he's fine, and we're back for that. And now we're going to keep going. We're going to be jumping in. This is going to be session number 49, aerial assault. Our group is in the middle of battle, middle of fighting off a group of raiders that have basically demanded a payment of tribute or whatever to keep them from attacking the island itself. And as the island's defenses gear up, the party has jumped on a ship of one of the local captains who went out to help fight, and they have engaged a section of this vast armada that is out there. So what we're seeing is basically a little piece of the overall battle that's been going on. But that's where we're going to go back in. Our group, we have Randy and Natsu had kind of transported themselves to one of the northern ships here, and the other two are still on the main ship that they left on, engaging a secondary pirate ship that's in front of them. So let's get back to our group, and then we'll go from there. Hey guys.
Hey.
What's up?
Why, hello.
I think we're on the top of the round here. If I can get this to open up properly. So Lucius, you are starting us off here. You are on the ship in the south, and I know everything looks so tiny here because I'm trying to portray a ship battle, and basically each of these squares is going to be about 30 feet of movement. So for the players, if you're on a ship, you're just kind of like on a ship, and then whatever you want to do on that ship, we're going to kind of say that you have access to that. But as far as the ships themselves go, that's where we're at. So what would you like to do, Lucius?
If I remember correctly, didn't Hendrix harpoon the ship or something? There's a chain connected to it.
Yeah. You guys used a forward harpoon mounted, little ballista up there to harpoon into this other pirate ship. So you guys are currently tethered to this other ship at the moment.
I gotcha. I think as much as I would like to somehow run on that chain or grab it, how big is the chain? Is it really big or not really?
I mean, it's hefty, but it wouldn't be an easy run, You're also talking about two airships that are moving in just different directions.
That's what I was thinking. It would be really rough. So hopefully he pulls it in. But I think at the meantime, the best I can do is just keep pelting it with shit. So let me see what I'm gonna throw at it.
And I mean, there are, as you can kind of watch, there are a small group of sailors aboard this ship. So you could try to pick out some of them if you desired. If you didn't want to attack the ship itself.
I was muted. Hendrix, where are you located?
I'm on the ship with you at the moment. Just shot the crossbow.
I think Lucius is going to try to get on top of the... I forget what the thing is called up here.
The crow... the crow's nest? Where the lookout spot?
Yeah. And then once I get up there, I'm going to cast darkness on myself.
Okay.
Probably do it on my weapon.
Sounds good.
See what I can do. Bonus action. That would be it for me
Okay.
at this time.
Cool. So you have a little like orb of darkness at the top of this little ship there. Natsu, you're up next. You were teleported to the northern ship with Randy, and I believe you guys had just gotten there. Randy had knocked one of the lookout in the crow's nest of this other ship off and down onto the deck. You're up there though? I think in the crow's nest with Randy.
Yeah, unfortunately. Where are the sails at though? They're on the side, right?
Yeah, the sails on these particular ships that these two ships that you're engaging are off the side. And so the crow's nest in this ship is literally just like there's a pole that like a big telephone pole style mast that comes up in the middle with just like a crow's nest sitting up in it, like without a massive amount of sails or anything attached to it, just some lines and things there. I think it's got there would be like the rigging to put an extra sail up if they needed it, but they were kind of in like hangout mode, just trying to like besiege this area, hoping that they would pay them the million gold coins to not attack.
So would you say how far are the sails away from us?
I mean about a movement from.
Okay. I can move at 75 feet.
Yeah, I mean easily you can get to that point. Now the sails are mounted on the side of the ship coming off the edge, so it's not like easy access, but you could. I mean, you're also tabaxi, so you have climb speed, so you could climb down, but that's literally you like clawing into the side of this ship to try to make that climb.
Also, I have the monk thing too that I can run.
Yeah, I mean, running on walls and stuff is a little different, I think, than trying to maneuver well enough to. I mean, you could try to run down and do something to the sail and run back up. It's just,
Okay. Because once I'm down there, I want to go ahead and I have a dagger. I'm gonna start cutting the sails and whatnot. So that's my goal. Whether it be ropes or actually tearing into the sails themselves or whatever, just to kind of give it an off balance. I want to make it where it starts tilting away from us. So.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you could get down there if you wanted to and attempt to attack the sails. Now, you can go ahead and give me. I mean, I think you're gonna hit. It's just if you want to give me like a damage roll, and we'll see how much damage is done to the sails, and then you just would have to decide based on how much damage you deal with this. Are you staying down there to like keep working at it, or are you coming back up to the deck? Because you probably have enough movement, especially with like monk craziness. Just
depending on how well I cut the sails.
For sure. Go ahead and roll your damage. For sure, and then we'll go from there. I was just
awesome.
Putting it in your head so you can think about it now.
Pretty. 9 points of damage.
Okay. So you cut at it, and it starts to do a little bit of damage to him. But these are like sturdy sails that are designed to, handle heavy weather and constant use. So you feel it would take quite a bit to do a lot of impact on it, but you have started the process.
Okay, I think I'm going to stay down there then. Until Randy gets into a situation that he may need help.
Granted, I think that's fair, but okay. He teleports a fighter onto the ship and attacks the sails. So yeah, you're hanging out down there on the side of the ship on the sails. Like, I'm assuming kind of like grabbing on to the mast and some like the rigging that's down there to secure yourself. Cool. Awesome. Okay.
Oh, and I get
Let's
2
see.
attacks. Did I roll
Yeah,
the
go.
other one?
Yeah, go ahead and make another attack then for sure. Yeah, use your whole complement of stuff.
So that was 7
Own
points.
that sale.
Okay.
So that's another
Cool.
7 points of damage. So.
All right. Yeah, I mean you're kind of like hacking at the sail, like starting to cut at lines or cut at the sail, and just starting to slowly hamper its effectiveness. But you feel like at this rate, it would probably take quite a while to do a massive amount of impact. Alrighty, let's see. Yeah, we're gonna go with this. Natsu. Oh, what's this dice? Ugh. We've got a like heavily armored figure kind of like walks up to this edge of the rail and starts shooting down at you with like a short bow, but the arrows just kind of like fly by. The unsteadiness of the ship, and this probably not his favorite of weapons, is makes it very tough for him. Let's see.
Damn it.
This guy. The captain starts shouting orders, and the ship will actually unload its complement of weapons at the other ship that your teammates are on. Let me roll. Alrighty. I'm going to need Hendrix and Lucius to give me dexterity saving throws as a large cannonball hits the ship you guys are on, and massive amounts of damage is done. Like a section of the ship is kind of like blown out, and you hear the cries of some of the sailors below deck who obviously took a cannonball into one of those levels.
Do I get
I rolled in that 20
advantage
for 23.
for having my boots of flying activated?
Oh yeah. Yeah, if you're like hovering, for sure you probably don't have to do it at all. If you are on the deck, then you can do it with advantage.
They're active, but I'm standing, so
Okay, so just take it with advantage. Your boots are trying to actively like calibrate for this.
17 total.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't going to be overly difficult for you guys, but you do just kind of like feel this rocking, and it seems like the ship you are on certainly took a massive blow, as I had rolled a nat 20 on my cannon shot into there.
Damn.
Yeah, that was that turn. And then the ship kind of slips into the cloud bank. So these two are going to be here. Alrighty, that's going to make tough for Dave, but we'll figure it out. And Randy, you are up next. Oh, yeah, you should be able to see. All right.
Can you guys hear me?
Now I can.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll bring the watchers in so they can see what's going on in the cloud.
So in the cloud, I can see, yeah?
Yeah, you can see well enough around you to see the ship you're on, to see the people, like, you know, being in a very heavy fog bank. Like, the peripheries of the ship are probably harder to see. Like, probably can't spot Natsu at the side of the ship down there. But you can see enough to get the general gist of
Fair enough. And I know for a fact that there are people below decks as well, right?
It would seem that way. Like, there are cannon crews that are operating and fighting, you know, as the ship goes.
I'm going to aim the low decks in the center of the decks.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Babel. So every single crew member within a 30-foot radius centered on that point has to take an intelligence saving throw or be affected by it.
Okay. pull up the spell really quick just to. So I could spell.
I like the idea of a ship that needs commands to be relayed, no longer being able to relay or understand commands.
Yeah, I like it. I'm having trouble here pulling up that spell. Characters. Let me just go to your character sheet so I can look at your spell.
It's my spell.
I'm in danger.
This spell causes the speech of affected creatures to sound like nonsense. Each creature in a 30-foot radius sphere centered on a point I choose must succeed an intelligence saving throw or be affected by it.
Right.
The affected creature cannot communicate in any spoken language that it knows.
Let's see how many of these we're going to do. There's probably
Pretty good against spellcasters, though.
Pretty good against spellcasters, certainly.
Ooh, there's one's good. What's your spell save DC? Doesn't really matter.
17.
Modest.
2. Well, yeah, you don't really know, but it does sound like there's some confusion down there.
Cool. I'll call out to Natsu and say, you should consider coming back up onto the crow's nest. I'm going to blow up the ship in a second.
Sounds good to me. I was thinking about going to the powder room, but all right.
If you can get there and back again, groovy. If you can't, I wouldn't.
Okay.
There's a bathroom joke to be made there, but okay. Yeah. What level is Babel?
5.
5. Okay.
But here's the thing. I'm up and I'm in the crow's nest, so no one can see me.
Yeah. You're good. I mean, people know you're there, but yeah, they can't see you at the moment. So, alrighty, is that your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna crouch down in the crow's nest, and as a bonus action, I'm going to call out to Natsu and go. It's nice to be out on a ship with one such as yourself. The halfling and the pussycat, if I've not forgotten my rhyming scheme. And I'm going to give him a bardic inspiration.
All right. All right. Meanwhile, we got Hendrix up.
My turn. Okay.
Yeah.
Shooting a crossbow. Stumbling across the deck, I will leap onto the side of the ship and start to outside looking in, it would look like I'm running across the chain, but I'm actually using the boots of flying.
Nice.
I'm going to get about 30 feet and then pretend to fall, and then I will use my bonus action to dash.
Okay.
For another 30 feet and fly to the bottom of the ship.
Okay. Nice.
What is the distance? That would hopefully leave me with my action still.
We're looking at there's about 30. I mean, so we're about 60 feet, I think, from like the front of your ship to their ship.
That makes sense because that's my movement and my dash. So that'd be 60.
Yeah, because if I put your one square between the two things, so there's 30 there, and there's a little bit between both. So yeah, somewhere around there.
Cool. And then if I can use my action to try and cut the rudder ropes for steering.
Okay. I like it. Go ahead and action booming blade, I'm assuming.
Can I booming blade a rope? I think it would do more damage.
I think it would do. I mean, thunder damage. I think would do something to a rope. Like it's a concussive force of damage.
Well,
so
let's see if I hit first.
Yeah.
27 to hit.
Yeah, I think you hit.
Okay.
That'll work.
I don't know if I get sneak attack on a rope, but the normal piercing damage on the sword is 10, and then the 2d8 for the booming blades.
Okay. Yeah, let's go with just those.
Yeah, which is another 6, so that's 16 damage total.
Okay. I mean, it's certainly taken a good chunk of damage. You can see that, like, the rudder does not look like it's going to be as responsive. It's not fully disabled, but it is definitely
that's fine.
Damaged.
I'll use my free hand to hold on to said rope and just hang on till my next turn.
Perfect. All right. Cool. Alrighty. Let's see. The ship you are currently holding on to is going to take some shots. Hope so I hit the buttons. At the ship you were on. And just, I think between the rudder all of a sudden jerking and the chain being attached to it, the cannonballs just fly out in random angles and don't actually strike true on the ship that you were on, the one Lucius is currently on. Aboard the other ship, shall we bring the Watchers back there? Aboard the other ship, there are two warriors on deck. One of them being the lookout that was knocked down by Randy, who starts climbing up this mast, making their way up on from different angles up towards the crow's nest. One is kind of more heavily armored and is kind of slowly lumbering up, and the other one is kind of quickly making their way up these ratings. The one that is quickly getting up there is going to dash up essentially and jump into the crow's nest, but that was their action to get up there. So it will not have a chance to attack yet. Let's see. Passive perceptions. We've got 22 for Hendrix. He certainly sees it. Lucius and Natsu. So basically, well, let's see. Hendrix and you guys are out in the open. Natsu's in this cloud. So basically, Lucius and Hendrix, as you're on this ship and doing your things, you see in the distance there are you can tell that there's combat going on elsewhere, which makes sense. There was already various ships leaving and going in different directions. You do spot first there's a ship that is apparently coming closer that from the island that kind of sails in as a backup to try to help you guys out. What did I do with the Watcher thing that's here? I'll pull it out of the clouds so people can see that. The other thing you spot is to the south of where you guys are at. You see this kind of flash of green, that kind of illuminates a cloud somewhere out there. And to the north, you'll see this flash of, why is that visible at all? Flash of kind of a golden or bright, as if there was a fire or explosion or something going off up to the north. All right. We're up to Lucius again. You are currently still on the ship. You saw where Hendrix went. You can see from your position what he's up to. You are in a cloud of darkness at the top of the forward crow's nest of this ship.
Yeah, what I wanted to do was throw some Eldritch Blast at whoever is flying the ship. I imagine I should be able to see him from up here.
Yeah, for sure. You can spot the captain at the helm, and he is shouting orders, trying to steer his ship, which I forgot to have move at all. But go ahead and take your shots, and then I'll go ahead and move him.
Yeah, let's just sort of rub his head and then just start blasting that guy. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Wanted to make sure I got those bracers where I can also make bonus actions attacks. Alright. First is 26.
That'll hit.
Second one is 16.
That one will miss. This captain is more heavily armored. And he's kind of got like a shield up and like kind of protecting himself as he tries to fight the rudder on this ship.
Let's see. Next one is 28.
That will hit. Excuse me, it's a trash truck. Makes lots of noise outside.
This one's not 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Then 25 and
so we got
a 15. So two of them miss.
Yeah, so you got 4 hits and one of them's a nat 20.
So
okay.
10, 11, 6, so that's 17. That's, I think that's 37, right? No, 27.
21, 20, 31, 37, 40, 52.
That's my turn right there.
All right. Yeah, the captain reels as these bolts of eldritch energy slam into him. Cool. And that ship kind of like maneuvers forward, but is also tethered. So it kind of just like slips a little bit into the cloud, but it's still still tethered to the ship. So it's obviously there, and you feel like jolt as this ship's trying to fight against the harpoon, and your ship is kind of yanked a little bit in that direction.
He doesn't kill him, right?
He's still alive. The captain's still there. He's
Does
just
he look badly hurt or no?
He is. Yeah, he's bloodied. So
okay. I'm gonna action search and hit him 3 more times.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay, 19 will hit.
$17. Am I in that fails?
That misses. Yeah. You're looking for 19s on this guy.
Not 27.
So.
Okay, so
13.
So that's 19.
71 points of damage this round. Yeah, he is. He's looking pretty beat up now. Pretty beat up. He's not looking great. All right. Who was I to decide that we're going to go through different clouds? And what is the Watcher seeing right now? It's right here. All right. On the other ship, we've got Natsu. You are up.
Okay, so what has moved into Randy's? Are they actually climbing the pole now? Or are they
so one jumped up into the crow's nest, but did not have time to do any attacks because he dashed. The other one was dashing up as well, and he's nearing the top of the rigging, but he is more heavily armored and thus not as maneuverable to get up there. He's not really designed for climbing up and down rigs. He's more of I'm going to stand on here and beat things down or jump off of the ship somewhere and deal some damage.
Don't worry about me.
So don't worry about it.
So, is there a way into the ship on the side?
I mean, you could try to pry open one of the portholes where the cannons come out. They are on your side because which side? Didn't even think about this. Which side did you climb in?
So probably down. So if I wanted to I guess drift. Wanted to drift away. from our ship.
So you probably would go the one closer to your ship.
Yeah, I think.
Because if
so,
that sail's disabled, the pull from the other one, I would think, would make it turn.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
The ones on your side are actually like there are little portholes that are basically big enough for a cannon to get through. So you could attempt to squeeze through there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jumping in.
Okay.
Hitting the first idiot.
Yeah.
See, and then
All right.
yeah.
All right. You crawl along the side, like just kind of scatter really quickly and pull yourself through. I mean, it is like you're squeezing through this area, but you're able to do so. I mean, you're nimble enough, you have enough movement, no problem. You're able to get in there.
Also, I have a special ring of free action. So any difficult terrain is considered.
So even better, yeah. You almost like magically just like slip through, almost like your body like just has this extra elasticity. Wow, I don't know why that was so hard to say. To you, that you're able to like pull yourself in. And when you get in there, you see there are like several like sailors in there. They all seem to be wearing like tattered clothing. They look pretty gaunt. Not overly like the healthiest of creatures that you've seen in there. And most of them are just kind of like standing there looking around in this kind of weird daze. And there's a couple of them that still seem to have their wits about them and are trying to like shake their fellow compatriots, not sure exactly what's going on, as these guys are just kind of like bumbling around.
Ooh, okay. We are here to save the destitute, the troubled, the weary. If you are on my side and wish to fight against your masters, I will be your savior.
Oh gosh.
Okay, give me a persuasion check.
On the ship where people babble on them?
I didn't say it was going to go well, but
It didn't. 11.
Okay. They just like the couple that have any sort of sense of what's going on just kind of seem to like shrink away from you and kind of like back up a little bit, like not trusting you, not really understanding what's going on there. The other ones just kind of like stare at you, trying to read your lips, but like nothing's comprehending in their heads.
I look at them
like
and go,
there's 7 guys just kind of standing around staring at you like, huh?
Better not then. Goodbye. And I kind of take off and try to find the powder room.
He doesn't mean he needs to go and powder his nose. He means the other powder room.
Oh,
which
he's not doing
ironically is right next to that powder room.
Yeah.
It is a very special line that I wish to do.
Is on the outside of the nose.
There would be like a room attached to this, because this is like where the cannons are and stuff. It does seem to be currently like locked up and situated there, but there's like a big iron padlock big iron lock hanging from the door, and this particular room you can tell is like iron enclosed and shut down to try to insulate in case there's a fire or there's any damage on board.
Yay. Look around real quick to see if there is someone that may have a key or knows a way to get into it. I rolled a 21 in my perception, by the way.
Okay. Let's see. 21 on perception.
I'm seeing if
anything
else
I'm trying to decide who or if anyone here would have it. Yeah, I think looking at this group, they all seem to be pretty shabby, and none of them look to be like officers. And it seems like anyone who may have had enough authority for that would have responded to the threat on board, and probably is not down there at the moment. There are bits of gunpowder. Whoa, chill.
It's not all.
I don't know why this is making noise. Sorry. There are bits of gunpowder down here that so there's bits of that, but yeah.
Fuck it. Is there a cannon already loaded?
Did it fire? No, they just fired right before. Yeah, they just fired right before you guys came into. Right before Randy hit them all with Babel, and they have not had time to reload.
Okay. Would I know from personal experience how long it'd take to reload a cannon?
With 2 people doing it, it would take a couple of rounds.
Okay, never mind.
For you doing it alone would take you quite a while.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What the fuck? I am going.
Sorry, I'm not trying to screw you. I'm just trying to
I had another
think of
idea
the logistics of.
Absolutely. No. Okay. I am going. What do I have? So I'm gonna try to use my abilities to try to get through the lock itself, I guess.
Remember, you got Bardic Inspiration.
I do have Bardic Inspiration, so yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna I don't have thieves tools, but I don't have any of that. So yeah, I'm just gonna punch the lock.
Well,
yeah, go for it. Punch the lock.
Okay. My attacks are magical, so at least that's something. First one is a 25. Next one is also a 29. So the first one does 80 damage, 6 points of damage. The next one does 11 points of damage.
All right. Yeah, I mean, you're punching at this iron lock. It doesn't seem to have a lot of effect on it. This is a sturdy lock that's not designed to, even with your monk, magical abilities, it's got a natural resistance to external damage that would take massive blows to get past.
Oh, shit. Hold on. Okay, can I use... Wait. Recharges. You can do if you end your turn in some way, if the effect ends.
monk chanting, everybody.
Okay.
Where's Piles when we need him? He could have picked that up straight away.
I still have my bonus action. I activate my tattoo.
Okay. Remind me what your tattoo does again.
Ghost Step Tattoo. You can move through creatures and solid objects as if they were difficult terrain. If you end your turn in a solid object, you take 1d10 force damage. If the effect ends while you are inside a solid object, you instead are shunted to the nearest occupied turn. Blah blah. You take force damage. And basically, I'm gonna go step into this powder room.
Okay.
Danny Fent.
You find yourself within a basically an iron cell that has stacked full of gunpowder.
Okay, and I'm gonna get to work. So that's all I can do basically.
Yeah, I mean, you did your attack and stuff.
Yeah.
So you're currently inside that ship. Ooh, doggy. Okay. Cool. Next up, on board the ship, the heavily armored creature that had shot at Natsu, now finding himself without a target, starts stomping forward. I think he followed the pathway, so he is making his way towards the cannon room there. The captain of the ship is still steering it, and but what he's gonna do, I think, because he is finding issues, he's gonna stay in this cloud bank at the moment and just kind of maneuver around a little bit. All right, Randy, you are up. Natsu is nowhere in sight.
Yeah. This is a hardy crow's nest, yes? Solid.
I mean, yeah, decent enough. It's
Sure. It could support weight if it was on its side. I'm going to say a line here, reading as written and stretching it as far as I possibly can.
What should change now?
The item must appear on a surface or in a liquid that can support it. So,
what are you creating?
Sure.
Madness.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure. What I'd like to do is create an anchor. I'd like to create it so that it is on the side of the crow's nest, which, if the crow's nest was on an x-axis, would be able to support it. It's not my fault that it's currently vertical. So if I place it on the side there, I'd like to have that created with a chain attached to it. I can make things which are huge. So there's a lot of chain that I can attach to this thing.
Okay.
And what I'd like to do, as I create that, as a bonus action, I'd like to wrap that chain around the legs of this guy who's come up here and then just wave at him.
All right. I think I would allow the stretching of the anchor, but I don't think you can attach it to this guy because that would be like a grapple check, which is a full action.
Well.
Sorry, I'm not trying to ruin your fun, but I'm trying to also keep with mechanics a little bit.
Not a problem really at all. I would like then, again, the space I can create this would be a huge space for the chain.
Yeah.
We've established that the anchor is pressed against this wood. I'd like the chain to be in a position so that as it falls, it pulls the anchor down, pulling the entire mast with it, and then pushing that through the decking. Again, 60 foot up, heavy anchor, wood.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to make a big hole in this bad boy. And I understand that as part of this, the thing I'm standing on will also collapse and I'm on it.
Yeah. Okay.
I get that. I'm fine with that. So can that happen as an action?
Sure. Why not? Let's get crazy.
Cool. Then as a bonus action, I'd like to cast Misty Step.
Yeah. I knew something like that was coming.
So again, I see the guy come up. I see he's out of breath. I say, take a breath, have a moment. I cast the thing. There's a musical arpeggio as it happens. I go, anchors away. And as it falls, I want him to have enough time to really think about the decisions he's made that day. Okay. And as it breaks through and it smashes, and as he starts to fall away from me, again, I'd like to backflip very badly because I have no athletics.
Yeah.
And then whilst I'm in air, Misty step away, so I land 30 feet away.
Okay.
I'm 60 foot up. I'm still going to fall 30 feet. Unless there is another sail to which I can get to.
There's not really sails up here, so you could land. Yeah, I mean, you could teleport yourself kind of like an angle, and then you'd still probably be falling about 40 feet or so.
I think
the deck.
That kind of makes sense. Yeah.
Right, so let's see. 40 feet is this much d6 of fall damage.
4d6 of bludgeoning damage.
18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, I'm going to cast Featherfall as a reaction. So this is not the first balcony I've fallen out of, my friend. I've been doing that since I was 16 years old.
I'm gonna roll
so
this.
That's Featherfall, and I did 3 spells. Can I even do 3 spells? I could do 2 spells, can't I?
The creation was
creation's an action.
Yeah.
And that's not a spell. Misty Step is a spell, but that's a bonus. And Featherfall's a reaction.
Issue. Yeah. Except you can only cast 2 spells, 2 leveled spells on your turn.
Which I've done.
Or like 1 level spell and 1 cantrip is the thing.
Technically, he could have Misty Step ended his turn, then reactive Featherfall.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is how I've kind of placed it.
Yeah, that's fine. So this massive anchor will fall, grabbing hold of the mast itself, which starts to like crack and tip and start pulling down. It's going to cause some more fall damage from these guys.
And again, there's a guy who is heading down towards Natsu. I wonder, is he caught in the debris of the falling mast and anchor and netting and all the entrapments that could go with those things?
Roll me a d20. See.
Do I want a high number or a low number?
I mean, we're gonna go high. We're aiming for a trying to get past his armor, essentially, which it does not.
Not with a 12.
Alrighty. So shenanigans were had. The 2 other guys fall to the deck. They land prone there, taking some damage as they fall down. And with that, we're gonna jump back over to the other ship out there. Hendrix. Wait, I didn't go far enough into the cloud. Hendrix.
To be honest, we're now in the cloud. I'm still holding the rope, sword in hand. Going to try and cut it completely.
Okay. Go ahead and give it another go.
Sure. 26 to hit.
Yeah.
I ignore all that sneak attack. 11 piercing, and then nice. And another 11 thunder, so 22 total.
Yeah, I think with that, like, you can tell like the rope that connects this rudder kind of like snaps free, and the rudder itself just kind of like flaps around a little bit before just kind of like affixing itself to whatever the wind takes it, sort of thing.
I will then use my movement to fly west out of the cloud.
Speaking of, where did I put you? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Movement, action. I have a bonus. I suppose I could dash another 30 and go towards back to the other ship again.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, you emerge from the cloud there, kind of free and clear. There's still this chain that you can see coming out of the cloud and affixing. But, yeah.
I guess Lucius just sees me with my thumbs up, like.
Yeah, we're good. All right. With that, let's see, this ship is essentially just tethered to your guys' ship. And you see, like, as that ship moves. You can see the chain move a little bit, and you see the ship you were on kind of getting pulled to face in that direction. That means on the other ship we have the two armored figures. Once again, we're gonna. Oh no, I don't want Hendrix. I gotta put you there for a second. I need to move the Watcher symbol. What did I get myself into? On the other ship, the two armored, or the two figures that were climbing up this mast kind of like stand back up and start slugging their way towards Randy. I think with getting up and your position of moving a feather falling, we probably can't get to actually attack you.
That's also surely the now difficult terrain presented by the everything.
Yeah. One of them will pull out a longbow and attempt to fire at you.
Oh man, that's not cool.
21 to hit.
I mean, yeah. Didn't know they had ranged weapons.
To be fair, he's also not good at it. So 2 points of damage, as I rolled literally the lowest I could roll.
I literally go, wait, what?
Yeah,
because I've been hit by a lot of arrows at this stage, and I'm like, what's up with your arrows? Are they broken? What is that, balsa wood? This is beautiful.
The other one does not have ranged weapons, so he is just charging forward, kind of almost blindly at you guys. Alrighty, now who's out of a cloud? The two down there. So the two down there, you see this other ship kind of making its way closer, moving in. Now the visible targets had kind of disappeared. However, more targets are soon to appear.
Shit.
As you see these two large ships kind of emerge from these banks of clouds.
They're much bigger. Those are much bigger ships. Wait, hold on.
Those are much bigger ships. Yep.
Taking out the scouts. Looks like we've got the warships to do.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't use any of my big guns on this.
Yeah, and let's see. Hendrix, you are in the air there. You're not an easy target to hit, but they do have like little like anti-personnel weapons, essentially like grape shot style firing that is going to go off. Let's see. Yeah, that sounds about right.
60 away. Okay. Can't do anything.
Yep. Okay, let's see. And we're gonna say I got 2. Yeah.
I guess my AC is 20 at the moment because my shield's on my back and not on my arm.
Okay. Yeah, I think just 2 of them hit, so nothing
cool
too crazy here. They're going to say 17 points of damage as these two, like, they're kind of like these little, like, mini ballista sort of firings, but they fire, like, a bunch of, like, little arrows at a time. And 2 of them manage to clip you. You're able to dodge most of them. But yeah, you take just a little bit of damage from that. And this is coming from the large, like, there's, like, a dirigible that is kind of coming in. Making its way in. This thing looks pretty like patched together, like it has been like added on to and changed and modified and altered as it goes. The other ship now kind of only having one target. Oh no, he's gonna come straight out. But there's gonna be a couple cannon shots at the ship you guys are currently on, or Lucius is currently on. So let's see if any of them can hit from that range. We got 2 solid hits on the ship. Lucius, give me a dexterity saving throw.
I'm gonna use my gift from the gods or whatever it's called to get to D4.
Okay.
So that's 18 total.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to maintain your footing, but the ship you're on itself is smashed. Like the backside of it just gets pelted by a couple of large cannonballs, and the captain of your ship goes sprawling onto the ground, and it looks like he's bleeding and pretty badly hurt. And he kind of like looks around in panic. We're in danger, boys. As he like tries to like recover himself, it definitely looks like the steering wheel is almost like free flowing at this moment. But we're back to you. What would you like to do?
Did that come from that big ship, or did it come from inside the cloud?
So you got the cannon fire came from the big ship to the north. The other ship had seemed to focus on firing at Hendrix, who was kind of floating out there in the air.
Gotcha. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my last 3rd level spell slot to cast a fireball on top of that balloon thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to aim for like right here.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
These pirates had just discovered hydrogen.
Luckily, for them.
This is a perfect air source. There's no danger at all.
Yeah, these daredevils know these sorts of tricks, so it's not gonna do it's not gonna have the whole thing go up, but it will damage. And there are like sailors that were up there, and they are going to be taking damage depending on how well we roll here.
I rolled 28.
Yeah, you see a couple of sailors kind of like fall off in flaming husks as they fall down, leaving these kind of like Gatling style like arrow launchers, ballistas, kind of like floating there, burning. And there's a little bit of a scorch mark to it, but it does seem like this area is treated to reduce damage from fire as much as possible and insulate itself from any damage that could be coming from the gases that keep it aloft.
After that, Lucius would jump down, and he's going to make his way to the captain so he can help him up and hopefully get the ship going.
Okay. Sounds good. Hello, darkness, my old friend. So you run over still in darkness, or
No, I'll drop it.
you dissipate it, or you can set your weapon down, I guess.
No, I can't do that in a flying ship. No, that I'll dissipate it.
Okay, cool. All right, let's jump back to another cloud. Natsu, you are in a metal box within this ship. What is it that you would like to do, surrounded by gunpowder?
Lining up a fuse to go off in about 1 round.
Okay, so give yourself 6 seconds to.
For the next, I'm gonna. Well, let's see here.
Are you in your gaseous form just now?
Yes.
As
I can turn it off and then turn it back on. So.
Oh, it's like you can just flicker on and off.
I only got 3 charges though. So.
Okay. Sure. So you set a fuse for. How many full rounds do you want to go?
Full rounds. I think of 1 full round.
So back to your turn again, and that's when it's going to blow.
Yeah, when it's going to blow. So that's
okay.
The game plan.
Sounds good.
After I do that, going whatever the hell is happening.
Yeah.
Bonus action, poof. I'm Ghost Man again.
Okay.
Walk through the wall, and I've got it. And it says it lasts for a turn, so I'm just going to carry myself up the walls itself into the upper deck to go find Randy.
Yeah, you kind of mist form up through the deck and get onto the main deck itself. And you see there's like a heavily armored figure that was like kind of making its way down the stairs to go in there. There are two figures that are on deck facing Randy, who's like on the farther side of the deck. Because you're kind of more towards the quarter deck, more towards the captain area.
Mm-hmm.
And Randy, I'd assume, went further away from where the captain was. So he is like, 30, 40 feet, whatever, down the ship from you. And then there are two armored figures that are standing kind of between you and him. One is much closer to Randy. The other one has a big old, like, longbow made out of, like, what looks like bones and various, like, sinew sort of thing. And he's trying to...
It's not a real bow. It's clearly cosplay. Don't worry about it.
But I hit you. I shot you with my bow. It's
I mean, look, it's stuck in me.
You're injured.
So about this moment in time, how much movement do I have left?
I mean, you probably could get all the way to Randy. It doesn't mean moving past these figures.
I'm wondering if I access. So I've got another thing I can activate. My feline agility.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which will double my speed.
Yeah.
If I activate that, can I move around these guys without having an attack of opportunity?
Yeah, I'd say you'd probably be able to maneuver. I mean, if nothing else, you can run alongside the ship and come back up. So
okay. So I'm activating that is spent. So okay, and I'm getting right up, Randy. You said you can get us off the ship because we only have like a very short time before we go boom. I found the powder room.
I like his style. Watch out for that big guy. Don't worry about the guy with the cosplay bow and arrow.
Oh, do not worry. Move your finger. See, you cannot hit me.
Oh gosh. Yeah, no. Wait. Let me get the arrow, and I just like take the arrow and I poke it into his chest with me. I go, oh no, pointing to the guy. Oh no, you totally got him. The arrow.
I'm not completely resistant. That hurt just a little.
Oh God, I'm so sorry. I was doing a bit. I didn't realize. Ooh, is that ecto blood? That's crazy.
But,
is that yours?
This hurt a lot less than what is going to happen downstairs, so make it quick.
Yeah. No, I get you, 100%. We'll stick around for like drinks, and then in about half hour, I'm joking, we'll go.
Yeah. And as you guys are conversing, the ship kind of moves out of the fog bank itself. The armored figure that was about to head down the stairs now kind of like starts trumping, like moving towards you guys. The captain has what? Yeah. The captain at the helm like grabs a nearby spear off a rack and tries to like chuck it at, I'm going to say Randy because he hasn't seen what Natsu's been up to. 22, I think, will hit.
I mean, yeah.
10 points of piercing damage.
Like, this is a much bigger arrow.
Yeah. And that was him. So let's go to them. Then back to you, Randy. You are on board the ship. It is now exited the cloud bank. You spot there's another ship that had come in from the Arcosian to try to aid you guys. That is just in view here.
I do have a question.
Yep.
With that spear thing, I've never used this ability before. Is deflect missile only for me, or can I maybe deflect the missile that like pierced through Randy?
I think it has to be aimed at you.
Okay.
I'm gonna say to Natsu, you want to go tag back to home, or you want to go off and get that big floaty one? And I point to the far distant one.
I mean, how do you feel? I mean, do you want the more big stabby things, hurting you, or do we want to go back
listen,
home? And maybe you recover a little bit.
Oh, Natsu, you are a sweetie. I'm going to Dimension Doris right on top of that dirigible, please.
On top of this one?
Yeah.
Of course. Let me find. Are you guys both? I think, yeah, you're both together. Okay.
Yep.
I'll just move you like this.
As we go across past the bank, I go, oh shit, there's one over there too. Okay, so that's 390 feet, so we could definitely reach it for sure. That's an action. That's a 4th level spell.
So you guys are on there. I'm just going to place you so that I can still maneuver your tokens.
As we land, I say, I've got one more of these left. Let's save it. Okay?
Yeah, preferably, yes. I mean, I would totally agree. I mean, I can only fall. I mean, I cannot, traverse the skies like you can. So
I've got a plan for that too, if it's needed. Don't worry, I've got you, fam. And I'm going to. That's an action and it's a spell. So, are there people around us on top of this thing?
Actually, the top of the dirigible had been kind of cleared off. You see scorch marks upon the top of this dirigible, as if like a large fireball went off up here. There are like rigging and stuff that you can use to like get to the lower side, but at the moment, this top side looks pretty clear.
Okay, that's fair. So if that's the case just now and it's just clear, I think a bonus action I'm going to do just now is to cast Shillelagh on my Bandor, which is a cantrip, which is insane. And I'd like to head towards what side I feel if there's like a magical. Can I sense if there's a magical entity or source of power on this boat? Ship.
Yeah. You can give me a Arcana check, I guess.
Sure, okay. That's a 24.
All right. With most of the ships, there certainly would be. This particular ship, it seems like its source of levitation comes from the dirigible, and as such, like it isn't itself magical like the other ships that you've been on,
right.
Like the one that Hendrix captains and you took out here.
Okay, that is fine. Then that is my action. I will make it clear to Natsu that the only thing keeping this up is the air inside this balloon.
Could it be boom boom juice?
I think I'm a big fan of the boom boom juice.
I mean, we may go up on a big ball of flame if we pop the boom boom juice, but it'd be fun.
That's not a problem. Don't let your resident bard take care of you, Natsu. You take care of the fire. I'll take care of everything else.
Well, we're about to watch fireworks here soon. Do you want to just kind of hang out for a little bit and rest up a little bit and watch the fireworks go off?
Let's go, baby. Let's do
it. Meanwhile, Hendrix, you're floating there as the ship kind of comes out of the cloud bank, unloads on you. The ship you're on seems to still be tethered to something that is, the ship you were on before. Is kind of just, they're both look pretty much like they're at the whim of nature at this point.
Okay, perfect. I will use my message cantrip, point at Lucius, and just let him know that the tethered ship's rudder's been cut, and it's can only go forwards and backwards. Well, forwards. And then I will use my movement, and then I guess bonus action dash to get on top of this ship, and I guess bump into my comrades.
Yeah, you find yourself there with Natsu. And
I'm like, what are you guys doing it?
Oh, hey! Oh, well, we're about to be fireworks. Yeah, baby.
And then end my turn.
All right. Cool.
I feel bad that Lucius is by himself.
Yeah, on a ship that was looking pretty beat up.
It's good.
It's fine. It's fine.
There's life rafts, right?
Lucius can fly, can't he? Like, he's one of those chosen by the gods, right?
Yeah.
Private chat.
I just read that. For the chat, I'm sorry. I wouldn't normally do this because it's behind the scenes, but just so that people on Twitch can see, it's literally just written, I have no clue how I'm getting out of this ship, lol.
Oh, boy. And that was a nat 20 as a cannon fire comes at the ship
Silvery
that Lucius
barbs.
was on. I'm pretty sure you're out of the range from the big ship.
Oh man, I am, Oh, no, this is very bad.
Alrighty. Okay, so the ship you were on, Lucius, all of a sudden you start feeling it lose weight. Like the gravity takes effect, and the ship itself starts swinging down from this line that was tethered on. You feel yourself start to slide and fall as now the floor that you're on becomes almost like a wall, and you start falling towards the back of the ship further, which you had already headed up towards the quarterdeck to help the captain. The captain himself goes flying off the ship, is not at all attached to anything. The ship is rocked. So first, I need a dexterity saving throw to see if you kind of kept your footing to start with at the initial impact of the cannon. And then we'll see.
I got 11.
All right. So you get knocked prone to start with. And then the ship swings down like on this like tethered harpooned area as the ship itself got a massive shot from the back, which kind of destroys the arcane system that keeps it floating. Give me a I will allow you to, I assume athletics is better for you. I will allow you to try an athletics saving or a strength saving throw at disadvantage because you're already prone to see if you can like grab hold of something to kind of keep yourself there or whether you start falling.
You want me to do a strength saving throw or do a... Well, it's the same thing. If it's
you can either do a strength or a strength saving throw or a dexterity saving throw. I'm just assuming your strength is a better one.
17.
17. Roll, because that was kind of right on the cusp of. Yeah. Okay. So you have currently like barely grabbed hold of the railing as you were falling past it. And so now you find yourself dangling as the ship itself is swinging like a pendulum underneath this other ship that is very well damaged. And so you don't feel comfortable in your situation, but you're not currently free falling. So that's where we were at. It is, on the bright side, your turn. So there's that. This ship is like...
So I'm next to the other ship pretty much?
Well, I mean, you're holding on to your ship, which is dangling from like a 60-foot chain from another ship that's in the clouds. So you're kind of hanging out below a cloud as your ship's still taking the gravitational effect. So the effect hasn't fully hit on the other ship. It's just hoping the fall kind of be directed in a certain way. So you're not sure exactly how it's going to go, but you have a ship that's,
Could I
about
use
40 feet, 50 feet.
the chain as like a rope to get into the other ship?
I mean, eventually you were at the bottom of the.
Oh, I guess just so take
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, so you're at the back of the ship, and the chain's at the top of the ship. So you've got your whole ship to get up, and then the chain. You do hear like the shouts and screams of people below deck as they are certainly disorientated and clinging to whatever they can for dear life.
Yeah, sadly to say, I can't help him. I can't help myself right now, so I guess I would just try to grab the railing and keep going up. I don't know if you need me to roll anything.
Yeah, just give me an athletics check to see like how well you can climb yourself up different parts of the ship to try to make your way higher and higher up the ship.
Okay, 27.
Okay. Yeah, 27, you're easily able to like make your way up. Now that you've gotten hold, you're starting to climb. I mean, it's not super fast going because you're climbing a ship. But you do spot like on the ship up further, there are like these little like life raft type devices that are attached to like the middle of the ship area. They're underneath like a tarp and everything. They're all set up, but like you spot them and you probably remember seeing them, but you never really had to use anything like that. So you, wasn't necessarily registering at first. So you do see those, but then there's also you're attached to this chain, which is attached to a ship somewhere in the cloud.
Hey, how do those lifeboat things work?
I mean, they're kind of like they have a limited like fly sort of thing where you can get in it. The ship itself, once you kind of like jump in and activate it, it will have a limited period of time that it can slowly move in a direction. I don't know if you've ever actually had to use one, but you would know, like you've been on ships before, that they work. So they could certainly work as a way to at least maintain your elevation and move in a direction at like a fairly slow pace, but would be definitely a way to survive if you don't think you can get to another ship or want to risk climbing aboard another vessel with only enemy personnel on board.
And I don't see anybody like below me like trying to come up or anything.
I mean, no, you were at the very back of the ship. Your captain of this ship fell off. Along with a couple other officers and people that were on deck, you hear the screams of people inside the ship as they're trying to like maintain and gather a position. But yeah.
Okay, because I was wondering if I can try to like. I imagine he's holding onto the Cypress's rope, maybe loosen it up so it starts falling down, and maybe somebody else can get a hold of it while I climb the chain.
I mean, if you want to try to like help the people that are inside the ship get out, you're certainly welcome. There's no one that you visibly can see that's gonna need your help at the point. Like you were the furthest back person, except for the ones that are currently falling to their death.
I'll try to give the people a hand if possible. But if not, then I'll go.
All right. I mean, you're still just working your way up the side, so it'll be like future turns as we figure out.
If I see somebody on my way up, I'll try to help them.
All right. So Natsu, as your turn basically starts, you see a large explosion from this ship that you had set the detonation from, and like shrapnel kind of flies out in various directions. This other ship is sailing closer. But yeah, that one basically just disappears in a cloud of smoke and ash, and there's like just this kind of black cloud where it once was. But it is your turn. You're on top of the dirigible with Hendrix and Randy. You see Lucius kind of hanging off the side of this ship that is hanging from a chain that disappears into the cloud. I swear, every time I start talking about it, I feel like the old lady who swallowed a fly stories.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's where we're at.
Why?
Should we maybe go try to save him, or do you think he is okay?
When you say we, Natsu, do you mean you can help him?
I mean, if you teleport me over there, I mean, I can grab him and you teleport me back. I mean, I do have more strength than, say, you, but, I mean, inflexibility for sure. But if you just want to leave him hanging around, then, that is fine with me, too.
I'm saying
I can go start down below if you're ready.
Go do some monk stuff, man. I'll take care of my friend.
Okay, that'd be well. And I just jump off. Looking where the sails are at.
I'm sorry.
Like that and aiming.
Well, this is the dirigible, so there's not really sails. There's like these big old fan blades that are spinning off the base. So like, there's a giant balloon, and then below it is hanging a ship that has like these fans that are kind of like these turbines sort of thing that are turning slowly these fans to help it maneuver and shift. So there isn't like a direct fall, but there are rigging that you could use to like climb down from here to make it down. And since of course you're a monk and tabaxi and all sorts of things, like you can just make the climb down super quick. But
I'm gonna slide around.
Kind of do the fireman slide down rope. Minor rug burn, but you'll be fine.
It actually,
so if you get down to the deck here, and it is covered with like pirates and stuff. There are people all aboard this ship, and they kind of turn as they spot you kind of coming down, and several of them are going to fire off like hasty bow shots as you come down, as they were kind of prepping to fire at anything that posed themselves as a threat. But we'll see if any of them hit.
Hello,
AC.
people. Come get me.
Your AC is what, 20?
Yeah.
Okay, we got 1, 2. I got 2 hits on you.
Yeah, I'm going to use my special ability with the arrow deflect missiles.
Okay, so we have 2 of them coming in. So, yeah, go ahead and roll on. I think you just.
So
how does that work?
Yeah, you can use your reaction to deflect or catch the missile when you are hit by a ranged weapon attack. When you do so, the damage you take from the attack is reduced by 1d10 plus 19. If you reduce the damage to 0, you have a free hand. You can spend 1 key point to make a ranged attack.
Okay. So yeah, you definitely like catch one of the 2 arrows.
Okay.
Because they did not do 20 points of damage or more on you.
Yeah.
So it's up to you whether you want to use a key point to use that to throw it back at someone. You will take 10 points of damage from the other one that got through. But
so that reduces my temporary hit points to 3.
Yeah.
And do I see the captain?
Yeah, you would see like there is a large orc figure
25.
like standing up at the helm, who is seems to be shouting orders. He's got like a brace of pistols, like where there's like a bunch of pistols strapped across his chest, and he's like reaching for some of them, pulling it out and staring down at you and shouting orders as you come down.
And I tell him in orc because I speak every language. You look like fun. Here's a present from Natsu. And I throw the arrow at him.
Okay, cool. Rolled. I think it's rolled to hit, right?
Yep. 23.
23 will hit. Yeah.
And whatever damage the arrow does. So.
Roll a 1d8 plus your dexterity modifier.
Oh, okay, I'll just roll that then.
Yeah.
Any special buttons?
That's fine. I can do math.
Oh shit! Maximum damage, 13 points damage.
Nice. Yeah, you hit him, and he rocks a little bit, but kind of grins and chuckles as he takes the hit. Okay.
That would be my
reaction.
whatever the fuck that was. I think that was a reaction. So let me go ahead and subtract the points. Yeah. So how far do you think I would have moved by now? Coming from the top of the balloon below.
Yeah. I mean.
So I guess I'll propose this question to you.
Yeah.
How quickly could I maybe get to the captain?
I mean, you probably use most of your turn's movement to get down.
Okay.
So the captain is still probably a good, let's call it 40 feet away at this point.
Okay. Cool.
You can use your bonus action, step of the wind, if you wanted to, or whatever, to get there if you wanted to this turn, or you can aim. There's plenty of other, like, sailors nearby if you just wanted to start causing havoc to any of the nearby.
Do I see someone that is of importance that would be vital? Oh, is there a second in command?
I mean, it's really tough to tell. I mean, you rolled a good perception, but you were kind of aiming for the captain itself. So I think it's kind of hard for you to decide which one would be the next best target. There's just whatever's nearby.
Okay. So I'll reach out and touch someone.
All right. Consent. Jeez. Go ahead and roll your attacks. Yeah, it's not like it's a naval vessel where they wear like insignia that lets everyone know who they are. It's kind of like the only reason why you knew it was the captain was like he's the one at the helm, and you were looking specifically for like the one that was most important.
So first roll is a horror roll. I rolled a nat 1, so that's 11.
Ooh, yeah, that'll miss.
And then the second attack is 18.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And this baby takes 8 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, you reach out. And are you punching using a dagger? What's your normal attack?
Yeah, I have the dagger on hand, so why not?
Okay. Yeah. So you slash at one of these sailors as they kind of stagger around trying to get their bearings as you came down. You had just like fired arrows at you as you made your way down, but you're able to slash into them.
And I'm going to I think I'm going to use my unarmed, not armed strike, but what do you call it? My oh my god, what's it called? Bonus action. There's my word. I think I'm going to spend a key point to dodge as my bonus action.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. A heavily armored figure steps forward and he pulls out a flail and swings it around, tries to attack you, swinging twice, but you're able to dodge out of the way. Let's see. The captain himself is going to fire off a couple of pistol shots, kind of moving just a little bit closer to there. You are dodging, so there's one hit. And what's your AC?
Right now it is
20. Okay.
20, but I think I get a thingy.
Okay. Well, the only one that would have hit was a 24.
Okay. Yeah. Even if I used my thingy, it would still hit.
And you will take 15 points of piercing damage as he fires off a pistol shot that hits you. Another one kind of goes wide and embeds itself upon the deck, but you take a little bit of damage from that. we've got on top, Randy.
Interesting. Just waiting on a tight moment there. Looking at the map, am I right in seeing Lucius about 120 feet away from me?
Yeah, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. I'm not sure. Let's see. He is dangling at the bottom of a ship. So, yeah, I'd say 120-ish. Like, you could probably move about the ship to get to the point within, let's say, 120. Sure. This is tough to,
Yeah, no, I understand.
properly depict.
My next question is, if I do a running jump off the end of this dirigible balloon, how far can I get going forward?
If you're trying to jump off the ship going forward,
Yeah.
what's your strength score?
It's 8, so I'm -1.
So about 10 feet. You can jump off and jump forward about 10 feet. I mean, you could probably use the momentum to carry yourself forward, but it's not like you're going to sail all the way to the other ship. Like, you'll...
No. I assume that, 100%.
You'll maybe get like 20 or 30 feet from the ship before gravity fully takes hold and you stop forward momentum.
What I'd like to do...
Oh, God. DM's fatal last words.
What I'd like to do, GM, is throw out a wall of force underneath Lucius.
So, totally could probably work something out there. You also were given, there is in chat, a right tool for the job if you wanted to use something to manipulate yourself in such a way that helped out whatever you're planning on doing here. Or you can leave it for someone else to pull up.
I think I'm going to leave that one in case this goes wrong.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So I'm going to do a wall of force. That gives me 10 by 10 flat panels that I can place on any plane.
Okay.
I'm going to place one 10 by 10 underneath Lucius so he lands on it. Okay? Then I'm going to have the next 9 running contiguous to it in a long line heading towards the dirigible front of the ship.
Okay.
Sloping up towards the undercarriage, if you will. Okay? I'd like to then, having done that spell, run off the ship and land on the wall of force, sliding down it if necessary.
Whee!
So I get 100 feet going towards the airship, but sloping up slightly.
I don't know how to make this stick.
And then just jump and land and slide for a little bit. And then be standing on nothing, looking down at Lucius, who's also standing on nothing, so that I can, as a bonus action, throw some sand along the wall of force to show him that there is a path there.
Okay. Yeah, and
sense?
I mean, I would think that a wall of force still has some sort of shimmer or substance there. That
Not a damn thing, my
totally
guy.
invisible, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. Let's do it. Yeah. So there's
Cool.
giant, like, slip and slide, essentially.
Yeah.
For
I'm
you
gonna
to
land-
take.
Yeah, I'm going to land hopefully on it and then slide not all the way down to where he is, maybe 20 feet from the top, but enough so that he can see the path to run up to where I am and know from there we can do something together. Giving him, what's your movement speed? 50? Is that right? You're fast, as I recall.
I got 30. I can't make myself faster, though.
Okay, so if it's 30, what I'll do is I'll try and get down so I fall about 40 feet along it. So I'm 60 feet away from him.
So, I mean, we still have, you only have a certain amount of movement that your turn takes you. So it just depends on, like, are you trying to keep sliding? Because currently, like, you land on this slope. And how big of a slope is this? Is it a very subtle slope? Or
I think it's a subtle slope.
Okay,
I don't think we're talking like crazy times.
Okay.
Fair enough. I will land, and I would think I will be. I think I'm right in saying around about 20 feet along that spacing.
Yeah, I'd say you're probably in like the top 20 feet of that. Sounds about right. That works.
So movement is the running jump. Action is the wall of force. Bonus action is the bag of sand. And I'll shout out to Lucius saying, Big L, come on, man. It's time to become angry. Let's go.
Wow. What did I get myself into? Sounds good. Hendrix, you see this. You see Randy cast some spell, jump off, and land on air and start to slide a little bit along air while throwing out some sand.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned by that, so I will...
Probably loving your boots, your flying boots at this point in your life.
Yeah. I don't know if I ever summoned Daisy, so I'll pull Daisy out of the pocket dimension. And I'll take the feather from my hat, which is the griffin feather, and give it to Daisy to hold on to. And mentally give her the instructions.
Daisy gains a flying speed, my guys. Thank God Daisy's got
Daisy
a flying
eats it
speed now.
Yeah, so annoying. Becomes addicted to it.
That's chill.
And Daisy will hover over towards Randy and Lucius. That way. I guess I'm just going to drop down the opposite side of where Natsu went down.
Okay.
Using my sword on the side to slow down my descent and hopefully cut a big gash in it.
All right. Sounds good. Go ahead and make an attack roll onto the dirigible. Basically just damage, because you're gonna stab the giant blimp with your sword.
Okay.
So it's just like
15 piercing.
Okay. And then thunder, or are you just doing a?
Just doing a normal.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you're tearing into it. It certainly has a resistance and will slow you down as you're kind of falling down with this. And you can tell that it's doing some damage. You can't tell to the full extent of what it's doing, but yeah, you're probably, I don't know, halfway down the side of this blimp or so. If that's about where you want to go. Let's see. I'm going to put you on this side of the ship just to note that you're on the other side. Cool. Natsu, we've got a figure's going to step forward, pulling out a greatsword and start to swing at you with that. Let's see, a 20 to hit, and the 17 will... Oh, wait, you're dodging, though, so that will be a miss. So let me roll the second attack. Just straight disadvantage. That will miss, too. Okay, so yeah, you're able to dodge these greatsword attacks as he comes in and attempts to attack you. The next one will come in and is going to swing away too. Damn these disadvantage rolls. Well done there, though. Okay, this was a dirty 20 with disadvantage. It was a nat 20 if it didn't have disadvantage, so we'll take that. Just 10 points of bludgeoning damage as he finally catches you with this attack. And we've got one last roll, which fails miserably. I think he's kind of, with the first swing missing, he comes back and slams into you and was almost caught off guard that he actually hit you. That his third swing missed wildly. All right. So the other ship starts to move closer. Unsure exactly what it's going to do. But as it comes closer, a large golden dragon comes out of that cloud from behind it. And you see like engulfing flames cover this large ship. And you hear and see like sailors screaming in pain, some falling overboard in flames, bits of the sails just kind of tattered from the massive fire that was on this. And those who are getting ready to fire cannons towards either of the ships that have kind of come into this battle now have kind of turned and fear and stopped what they're doing, trying to focus on this dragon that's coming down. Meanwhile,
that's a really big dragon, though.
Hendrix, you see a large green dragon come out from the cloud that you nearby, and it is going to blast its poison breath on the deck of the dirigible ship below you. You see this cloud of like gaseous poison come out from it and engulf the deck of the ship. That means, Natsu, I need a Constitution saving throw from you.
You've got a bardic inspiration if you haven't used it.
Okay.
D10.
I don't think I've clicked D6s this many times.
While he's doing that, quick question. We had the duel with Marcus the same day. Now, any abilities and stuff we used on that on items, I'm assuming they're still burnt.
I think items would be, but other things that you have, like
skills.
You got a long rest essentially from the place, but not.
Okay.
I don't think your item
Not full,
charge would
like
be there.
dusk.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So I rolled a 21.
Okay.
Not 21, 24.
Oh, 24. 24 is a world of difference from 21. So 24 will pass. So you will take 45 points of poison damage.
I am immune to poison.
Then you were fine. Yeah.
You're actually
never
immune
mind
to
that.
poison.
I didn't realize you were immune. You got full up immunity to poison?
Yeah,
Jeez.
it says immunities to poison and disease.
Yeah, I think at a certain level, monk, you just get to.
Yeah.
So you're
Purity
cool,
of body and purity of purity of body.
but
Punches
pretty
out the
much
gas.
everyone else on deck just falls dead. Like
Oh,
you are now on a dirigible with massive amounts of dead creatures around you, and you see this dragon kind of like diving down to avoid actually hitting the ship itself, as it seems to notice the destruction and that it dealt to the ship.
It smelled like roses.
Lucius, you are on the side of your ship, but you see Randy kind of sliding in air, throwing out like sand, but you can't see anything below you at the moment. What are you wanting to do?
Do I feel solid ground, or am I still like hanging?
I mean, Randy, were you putting it directly like to his feet?
Yeah.
So yeah, you'd probably feel like a resistance that wasn't there right below you. It is clear air below you, but you can feel something, like you're almost standing on something that you weren't mere moments before.
I think you do the thing where with one leg you start tapping it. Okay, there's something there. Then drop with the other leg, and he's gonna slowly start walking towards him, kind of like Jack Sparrow when he looks all drunk.
Yeah.
And once he realizes, okay, there's safe ground, I will dash towards him. I'll just Obviously slowly, but he's kind of,
Yeah.
So he probably looks like he's drunk.
Yeah. So I mean, it won't let me do the middle, but you're somewhere in that space there, I'd say. You're being somewhat careful because you're not really sure where all the edges are. You saw that Randy like threw some sand out, and you can kind of spot where that is because you have a good passive perception, but it doesn't engulf enough of this slide walkway to like.
Plus, if I could see through it, I see what's below me, so it's probably freaking out about that. Like, oh shit.
Yeah. I mean, can't be comfortable. You're essentially in the middle of the air. The ship you were on is kind of dangling and starting to kind of like slowly move away from you as it keeps losing altitude. And below that, it's dark already because it was nighttime. And so there's just like this darkness that goes below for probably about a mile or so. And just so can't even see the bottom of where you would hit. Alrighty. Natsu, you find yourself alone on a ship that has just been cleared basically by this massive poison spray from a great like green dragon. Let's see. Let me roll really quick to see if actually let's see, the captain is still alive. He looks beat, but he is still alive. He passed that roll because
I do believe the ship now belongs to me, so I think you should give it over now.
Yeah, he certainly seems like he is frightened of what has happened. But yeah, so.
I mean, and he would have literally seen me like.
Yeah, not like. Yeah. The clouds start to slowly dissipate away from this area, and you're just standing there like, okay.
I am going to. I mean, I doubt if this roll's worth the shit, but I'm going to use intimidation.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Well, nope. Squat. Squish it. Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't seem to be afraid of you. He's afraid of the dragon more than anything. And that is overriding any chance he could have had to be afraid of what you have to offer.
Yep.
That being said, he looks beat. So, I mean, he just took 45 points of damage from poison. So,
is it his turn or my turn?
It's your turn. Yeah, okay. I was just trying to give you a lay of the land here.
I mean, I was trying to give you a warning, but it looks like you're like preoccupied. So here, let me help you out a little bit, and I slap him around.
Okay, roll your attacks.
Oh, god damn it! Quit rolling that one.
Wow. He kind of dodges that out of the way, almost like a little staggered.
What was the bardic inspiration? What number?
1d10.
1d10, okay.
You gonna add that to your nat 1?
No, I'm adding it to my next roll, which was a 2. So plus that is 21.
A 21 will hit. I love that a 2 got to a 21.
What did you roll in the d10?
9.
Okay, so you do an additional 9 thunder damage as well.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Nice.
Additional 9. Okay. And so that would be what, 18 points of damage. So 9. I did 9 points of damage plus another 9. So 8 and 9. And then how bad does he look after that?
He's pretty beat up. I mean, you can see that he's getting close. So it just depends on whether you want to finish him off here or leave him to another round.
No, I do not think you are understanding what I am saying. And I slap him around. I'm going to do Fury of Blows.
Fury of Blows. Do it.
So, come on, baby. Better, 24.
That will hit.
So that would be 8 points of damage for that one. And the next one is a 23 to hit. And that one will be also 11 points of damage.
All right. With that, the orc captain slumps to the ground, is bloodied and destroyed. You like smash his windpipe, and he just grabs hold of it, choking for air, and stumbles to the ground and expires. With that, it seems like the gold dragon swoops in on the other ship, like landing and just starting to tear this thing apart. The green dragon kind of swoops around in a wide circle, kind of eyeing the vessel and kind of making their way around. But it seems like this area of combat, anyway, seems to be pretty clear. And let us take a break here, because I really have to use the restroom. Let us take a break here, and we'll come back, and we'll see what you guys want to do with this big dirigible, and with Randy and Lucius floating in the air, and we'll see what happens. So I do want to thank everyone joining us. We've got viewers hanging out on Twitch. We had someone popping in at least a little bit over there on Kick. We're also live on YouTube. I have not been monitoring that one because there's only so much I can look at while I try to run a game. But we appreciate all you guys joining us. We're here. If you see this and it's your first time, we got 48 other, well, most of the other episodes are on YouTube. I'm still working on trying to catch up between when we went from live streaming direct to YouTube and not. But they're out there, and I will work on that. And yeah, we will be back. We're going to take a 15-minute break because that's our thing, so we can use our restroom, check whatever phone messages, get some snacks, whatever. So enjoy your break, guys. There will be a countdown, and so you'll know when to come back and join us.
See you soon, watchers.
If you are enjoying our content, please consider supporting us through Patreon. Patrons get access to videos early, as well as digital content easily imported into your own game or campaign. Every bit of support helps us grow as a channel. Do you enjoy watching a live game? Do you have Amazon Prime? Please consider subscribing using your Prime sub on twitch.tv/thexpguild. This is a free and easy way to support the channel. Finally, if you do enjoy this content and know others who might, tell your friends and family about the XP Guild. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us for yet another XP Guild show. If you are enjoying this, please do us a favor, click like, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to be notified when our next show goes live. Feel free to drop us a comment. We'd love to hear from you guys, hear your thoughts on the show, or anything else you want to talk about. I'd like to take a quick moment to say thank you to our friends over at Hero Forge, a Sky Castle LLC product. We are not sponsored by them, but if you're looking for great custom miniatures, check out HeroForge.com. They've been so kind to let us use their art, as many of the miniatures and artwork that we use come from their website with their permission. However, they have not reviewed our content, and so what we do does not necessarily represent their views or beliefs. Again, thank you to Hero Forge.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now, let's get back to the show. Welcome back. Hopefully I'm off muted. Here we are. The group has successfully defeated, the pirate attacks in the air, with some help from these dragons that appeared to clear off these main ships, speeding up what probably would have eventually resulted in the team defeating them anyways. But we find ourselves with Lucius walking up this invisible wall of force slowly towards Randy, as Randy's like sliding down towards him a little bit, trying to like guide him to direct him in the direction of staying on this wall of force. The deck of the ship itself was cleared out. That's right, Natsu, you just beat up the orc captain, so you find yourselves the deck's clear. So that kind of gets us back to Randy as far as the initiative order goes, but we're not fully like in a direct combat mode, so I'm kind of okay with us keeping it pretty loose. There is one of the ships from the Arcosian is kind of coming towards you guys, slowly making its way in, and the gold dragon is currently like on top of the other ship, making sure that like anything on there is, dead or disabled, and the green dragon's kind of like swooped around underneath the dirigible and is kind of coming up on the other side of the ship. What are you guys up to?
I think Natsu, after making the killing blow, walks up to the captain, takes off his hat, looks at it, brushes it off, puts it on his head, and takes the helm. Okay.
So you currently have...
I am the captain now.
The helm of this large dirigible, which, is there. Randy, what are you up to? Besides eating ice cream. Sorry. You're currently muted.
Sorry, on mute. I'm looking at this dirigible and I'm seeing the lack of people on it. I see Natsu at the helm. If it's a classic dirigible, he'd be in the front of it, looking out over the distance, right? Am I right in thinking that?
Sure, we can go with that. I didn't really fully plot it out where I thought this dirigible was arranged, but yeah, I mean,
I'm going with Castle in the Sky kind of vibes, with him at the front sort of thing. That's sure. My head that I've got right now.
That's
if I'm
fine.
wrong, I apologize. I see he's there. I look at Lucius and I'm like, I thought you could fly. Honestly, I thought you could fly. This is a absolute surprise to me. So, your dad didn't give you the gift of flight? Isn't that like Demigod 101?
What the hell am I supposed to know? And yes, I can fly. I just don't have the spell slot for it.
Okay, so you didn't keep back a fly situation knowing that we. And again, you're a military genius. I'm just saying. It seems even I'm keeping back a dimension door just in case it goes tits up. You know what I mean?
Oh,
You
I
gotta think a
appreciate
bit more,
it.
Lucius, in
but
battle. Okay, you need to take a
Military
step back.
genius is a bit
Not
much.
act so rashly. All right. Okay.
It's like I got too excited. Trying to blow ships, you know.
Listen, man, you can blow whatever you want to blow. That's fine. I'm not here to judge you for that. I'm just saying.
I would blow up.
Oh, sure, that too. I'm gonna take my crossbow, take an arrow. I'm gonna apply my rope of climbing to one end of the arrow. I'm gonna aim casually towards the cockpit of the dirigible and fire it, and say a word as it goes, making the rope actually climb out and pay itself out as necessary to form a straight line, which is something that my rope of climbing has been able to do since I've had it at level 1 and have never used. So it's good to know that that thing is available. Having seen it do that, I hold on to the rope and I go, after you. And allow Lucius the option to just climb the rope of climbing towards the cockpit.
All right. Hendrix, you are currently hanging on the side of the dirigible with your sword in like the edge of it.
I quite annoyed that the dragon just killed everybody. I was gonna still flying, just pull my sword out and sheath it, and just fold my arms and float down towards Natsu. Do you know what? I'll chuck the dragon a message, letting them know there's another ship inside the other cloud. I point at him if it's 120 feet, and I say it in common.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm on the deck of the ship.
Sounds good. Yeah, you lower yourself to the deck of the ship. You kind of see the dragon kind of start to like peel around and head into the cloud. And then you see like the cloud turn green inside there.
So pretty.
Yeah, the other ship here, kind of seeing that things look to be generally in hand over there, starts making their way towards the other large ship that the dragon is working on. So, I mean, you kind of got the situation seems to be fairly under control. Randy and Lucius slowly climb their way up on deck, and you guys have currently control over this large dirigible.
This is how we get an armada.
So,
One ship for each of us.
I do believe so. I mean, I like this ship. This is kind of nice. I mean, it
This
is
is
pretty
your
basic.
style.
It doesn't speak to me. I don't mind that. I mean, so if y'all don't mind, I'd like to take this ship for myself.
I think you're the captain now.
Very well then. Where should it go?
To land. Lucius can't fly.
What?
Ridiculous.
I thought he could.
Do
I
not
thought you
worry.
could
I
too.
cannot fly either. So you mind? I mean, I can fall slightly, and
His
He can run
dad?
across stuff.
What for?
Weird.
What he has? What's with his dad?
No,
Well, I thought I'd at least give him the gift of flight. That was all.
his dad's a giver.
Hmm.
But I'll leave that to Lucius to talk to you. But I mean, yeah, he's a real philanderer. I mean, philanthropist. I mean, philanderer. Anyway,
Non-rapist.
he covers all.
I mean, does he do like
kinds
a
of
hit and run
tests.
thing? Because that's what my dad did to my mother. So you know.
I was going
I
to say to you then.
He did exactly that.
hit and run whilst disguised as a cow or a chicken.
Oh no, no!
Or
My
goose.
dad was definitely Tabaxi was my father. So, I mean, he
No,
was
I'm talking
count,
about
but,
Lucius's dad.
Oh, really? He does
Yeah,
not look
he
like
was-
a minotaur.
No, he doesn't, does he? But he is full of bull. Ayo!
I do have a soup that can cure that. You'll stay on the toilet for a while.
I believe it's called bullshit at that point, no?
I mean, depending on which end it comes out of, I mean, it'll clear you right up.
Yeah.
Be squeaky clean in no time.
Listen, don't hit the land so quick. I've got to go loot some bodies. I'm going to go
yeah.
body to body real quick.
This one's mine right here, but all the other ones
Yeah,
are
you-
poisoned, and you know you can.
And that's it. Assuming this is your ship, can you at least steer it towards our fellow companions that are slowly falling into the ether?
Yes,
Hopefully,
I mean,
one or two at least manage to get on the life rafts.
I mean, yeah, I mean, are we going to rescue people now?
Yeah, sure. Let's do the rest
If
of
we
it.
can, like.
I say that whilst, absent-mindedly going through podcasts. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure. That sounds good.
Yeah, seeing that, you do see that the
Oh, and real quick, I do have airship vehicles as one of my proficiencies.
cool.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, and so you guys are like descending towards the ship that is currently like hanging from a chain. Is that
That's
what's going on?
that's what
It was hanging from a chain on underneath us.
No, on a different ship.
On
Oh,
another
okay.
ship. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, mostly go and pick up all the whoever is failing or dying or trying to get away from exploding ships.
So now you
and
got a
on
new
fire.
cruiser.
Okay. The Gold Dragon kind of takes off from the other big ship and starts like swirling out and heads kind of off and into this other cloud, heading in a different direction, while the other ship that kind of came out starts to make its way alongside this big ship, and you can kind of see like harpoons shot on and like lines tossed over as they kind of send a boarding party on board that other ship to try to secure that one. And you guys lower yourselves down. Now you have this big old blimp like exterior, which is larger than the bottom part. So you've got currently there's a cloud and a chain that comes down, and the ship that you guys came out on hanging upside down from that chain, currently kind of being dragged away from you guys as you guys go. So however you guys want to go about this, I'm just tossing that out.
So the ship with our guys in is hanging off a chain underneath another ship.
That is
Yeah.
in the clouds somewhere, so you don't really know its status. It does, seem to, like, as your ship's moving, it is kind of slowly moving away from you and like losing altitude as well at the same time.
I think I'm gonna try to
We
get
could,
underneath of it. Unless
So
if you have a
you-
different plan.
Well, I could at least fly to the ship and make sure there's anybody alive on it first.
That would be a good idea, just to make sure.
I
You want
will.
to take anybody with you?
Yeah, I think I'd like
Lucius,
to take...
do you want to fly? Don't worry. Randy, do you want to fly down with me?
In a second, I'd like to do an animating performance on the chain, and give it a command to pull itself up, to lift the ship up from underneath it. Is that something that will be allowed? Can I make the chain become an animated item?
Oh, with the spell. I was like, what? Oh,
Yeah.
It's not with the spell. It's with a character creation feature I have. An animating performance. I can animate one large or smaller non-magical item within 30 feet of me that isn't being worn or carried. It uses a dancing item stat block. It's friendly to me and obeys my commands. It lives for 1 hour.
Okay, so give you the dancing item stat block, or I gotta find that.
It does.
Okay.
So the stat block has got a hover speed of 30 foot.
Okay.
So it can fly by itself as an action. It has a strength of 18.
Okay.
So it can lift. There is potential.
Sure.
Potential. Its proficiency bonuses are all equal to my bonus on my whatever my bonuses are, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah, I'd say you can, and so this chain starts to like kind of maneuver and wriggle a little bit and starts to like curl itself up a little bit. So it's slowly like pulling the ship that you're on up higher towards the cloud, towards the ship above it.
Okay. Working on the basis that if there are any lifeboats in the area, they would cling onto the side of that ship to come up. Okay, and with that happening, I'll say keep doing that. Make sure you don't let go of that ship, of either ship. Okay? And with that, I will fly down using lie. Striking a chord on the band door. I believe I can fly. I'm right, thank God. Okay.
All right. So how long does this chain stay animated?
1 hour.
1 hour. Okay, cool. And so you and Hendrix are gonna fly over to your ship, the ship you guys came out on. We'll call it your ship from here on out. To investigate and see if anyone is still alive on there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. It is. You guys lower, probably basically like one movement time, so one round of movement to get over there. You see the ship that you were on before is fairly well damaged. A large section of the back end of it had been like blasted open with cannon fire. You see like, so you're basically looking at the ship as if it was on its side, up and down, hanging there. You see like the normal deck. There's the doors that like would lead down into the cabin. There's a couple hatches where like you could probably open to see, where the storage hole of the deck would be. So what are you guys up to?
Me, I'm vocally trying to make my presence known, shouting out if anybody is still alive on the ship. This is your only call to get off safely.
Okay.
I'm doing it telepathically. saying if you can't call out for whatever reason, I can hear your thoughts. Speak back to me. Let me know that you're okay.
You guys would hear a couple of voices shout out, hello? Who's out there? We're in here. We're in here.
How many of you are there?
5 of us that are still alive. Some are. 2 of us are conscious. The other 3 took a bad beating.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I
Emergency
will.
raft that Lucius used, was it just the one of them? Or was there more than one?
So there's like one raft in the middle of the deck. Yeah, so there's one. It's a decent sized raft. Could probably hold quite a few people, but it is there in the middle of the deck.
Big enough to hold 5 people, let's say.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, this was never the biggest of ships as it is, so it was kind of designed though to carry the crew if need be away from here.
Randy, do you want to start trying to untie it, and I'll see if I can at least get them to the ship?
Yeah, 100%. Okay.
As you make your way closer, moving into like your various positions, Hendrix, you're heading towards one of the doors that takes you in. As you head in, you start hearing the sound of splintering wood and cracking.
I double time it.
Above. Yeah.
Yeah, I double time it.
Do I hear that?
I believe. Let's see. What was your? No, you don't.
Okay.
Passive perception is not quite loud, like high enough to pick up this sound.
Okay.
Yeah. Hearing the creaking, obviously, I start dashing towards where I heard the voice. I guess the 2 people that are conscious, I tell them to try and grab the unconscious ones and then try and move all in one mass towards where we originally entered, the low deck.
All right. So it's easy for you because you're flying in. For them, it's much tougher of a matter. They're basically laying on a back wall of like one of the rooms, like the powder room or the gun room, where all these cannons were. And you see the cannons are kind of all up against the wall too, where these guys are kind of interspersed around. And then you see a couple of dead bodies that are like crushed underneath some of these cannons. The other ones are kind of clinging to the edge of this wall. But there's not really like great handholds to get themselves up and out because it wasn't designed to be vertical in this room. So that's kind of where they're kind of like trying to figure it out. They're getting up the unconscious ones and like trying to strap them like onto the couple of the conscious ones. But there's 2 guys trying to like manhandle the other 3 somehow. Yeah.
Obviously I'm trying to assist, but I'll telepathically say to Randy, this might get messy. I don't know how I'm going to get all of these out. You still got that rope on you?
Yes.
Alrighty. So Randy, what are you up to over there while you hear this from Hendrix? And are Natsu or Lucius doing anything as well?
So, I mean, I'm trying to make the lifeboat free. Is that correct? I'm trying to untie that. But I'm now in a position where I can't do that in time. I've got 6 bodies coming towards me, one of which is Hendrix flying, 2 of which are carrying 3 non-moving bodies. Okay. I have a limited amount of time. Do I have 12 seconds or less?
I'm rolling every round to see how much that holds on. So I don't know how much time you have. You don't know how much time you have.
Okay, then. In which case, I'm going to go with. God, I gotta do this as a quick process. Okay. See them coming towards me. I'm going to cast Healing Word on one of them that I can see who's unconscious to make them come awake. So there's 3 awake now and 2 asleep. You get 7 points of health back.
All right. So you're exiting, like, because the lifeboat is up on the deck and Hendrix went down below to save the people. So did you divert to go down below
Have
to
they
help
not come
him
up
out?
on deck yet?
No, because these guys are having trouble. Like there's no handholds for them to climb up and out.
Oh,
because
okay, I
the
misunderstood.
ship's
Apologies.
vertical. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
then-
is why Hendrix asked about the rope, because
Right. Okay, I'm going to
Mage hand.
I will throw the rope down. Holding one end of it. Say a word, and it will tie itself to a piece on the foredeck, and the rope should come down to you. Okay.
Okay. So you lower this rope down.
I lower the rope down. I won't have it tied to the ship itself. I'll tie it around my waist. I'm going to hold on to that like there on the deck. I will cast Enlarge, Reduce on myself, so I am stronger.
Okay. So
Heavier.
just checking. Enlarge reduce is a concentration, yeah?
Yes.
Flight is a concentration, yeah?
Yes, I lose my flight.
Okay, just checking. All right.
Yeah. That's fine. Not a problem.
I know you got charges and stuff. I'm just making sure we know what the lay of the land is.
Yeah. Dig it. No doubt. I'm fine with that. I will hope that extra enlargement will help me with the process of helping pull these people up if I need to do that.
Yeah.
And I will continue to work on freeing this lifeboat.
Okay. I think the rope and enlarge and all that's essentially as much as you could get done in that round.
Sure.
And what I'm kind of imagining is there's that like central mast, and the boat is kind of like right there up against it, like vertically now. So you're kind of like holding on to the central mast as you drop this rope down and in. So Hendrix, you have this rope drop down. Natsu, what are you up to?
I am pretty much going to stay as close to the ship as possible. In case if are everybody dangling from it from above, or everybody moves?
So yeah,
Ship.
it's
Rope.
yeah. So there's a ship up top that you can't see. It's in the clouds, but there's a chain that comes down, and below that is an entire ship, right? So there's the chain and an entire ship like this vertically, and in the middle is a central mast with a little lifeboat that's got Randy hanging onto the central mast, and he dropped a rope that goes into the boat itself, from which Hendrix had gone into, and is currently, which you can't see, but working on getting the sailors that are inside to be able to get out so that they can possibly get on this life raft.
Right. Like I said, I'm gonna move as close as possible. Maybe even. No, I'm not gonna do that, just in case if the ship drops. I'm gonna stay right beside him as close as I can. So.
Okay, sounds good. Just checking, making sure you're involved in this process. And
if anybody does fall, I can dip down and try to grab them.
Yeah. Lucius is in the background praying to his dad why he couldn't fly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Deep thoughts.
Lucius sitting back there, gripping onto his demonic spear, kind of torn between carrying and not carrying, I think, at this point. Yeah. All right. So back to Hendrix inside. What are you up to?
If the rope is now in, I'll gesture towards them. I will then fly to the bottom and obviously just just lift as they climb with my hands on the rope, using as much as I can to help them over that threshold out of the boat.
Okay. All right. Yeah, they start climbing up. It is a bit of a haul, so they are like starting to maybe just crest out. Now, there were 3 unconscious, so 2 of them easily are carried up by the conscious people. I don't think they could necessarily, like, personally take out the 3rd one. You could probably tie him onto the rope, or you could try to carry him. But if you're helping them, then that's also a question of, how's this 3rd person getting?
Okay. Okay, if they can't carry the 3, let's say we leave one of them tied to the bottom of the rope.
Okay.
As we at least make sure the others can get up. Worst case scenario, we can just pull this rope.
Okay, sounds good. All right, as they start to emerge, Randy, pulling on you, essentially yanking on you, which you're using your enlarged form to do so as an anchor. What would you like to do?
I see them there. I'm going to... Yeah. I'm going to levitate one of them that is unconscious and lift them up into the boat, going past the others. And he's the one with the rope that's tied to him, isn't he?
Okay.
So, by lifting him up slowly, they just hold on to the rope. It's going to loop up, go past them, and will carry them up with this unconscious body being levitated up and into the boat.
Alrighty, let's see.
Essentially, I'm creating a rope drag lift on a ski slope.
And okay. So you are not concentrating on a large reduce anymore.
No,
so
I'm
you're
not.
having this other thing now levitate up. So he's gonna go straight up, essentially, like, because levitation doesn't allow any other direction. So he is gaining. Now you are tied to all of this. So yeah, that works. The other 2 grab hold of the rope tightly, and they're holding on. They're able to do so. I rolled really well for them. So that part is going to plan. You currently still have this lifeboat, essentially, that hasn't been, like, it's still attached to the main ship itself.
Sure. That's fine. It doesn't matter about its moorings. I'm going to deal with that in a very abrupt manner, I feel. But let's get them into the boat first.
Okay. So currently they're all being elevated up in like a straight line parallel to the deck of the ship. They're not quite to that spot, but you're holding onto the mast and tied onto the rope.
Are they within reach of me?
Probably not directly, especially now that you're back to 3 feet or whatever in height.
Pull the rope.
But you're attached to the rope, right?
Oh yeah. Then I pull the rope towards me. It's like, what am I doing?
So as you start pulling on the rope, now you hear this loud wood crack, and you start feeling gravitation take hold as your ship and the chain that it was on has now broken free of the ship above it, and your ship's starting to fall.
Okay, we got time. Okay.
Lucius is not your sorry. Hendrix and Natsu, what are you guys up to? I keep forgetting he's not there. I'm trying to include him, but his internet died on us, so he's just kind of chilling.
Natsu, you go.
Yeah.
You see this, Natsu, that this chain that was in the cloud starts falling as long with the other ship, and they're starting to descend at about 60 feet per round.
Everybody's still on it.
More or less, there are the sailors seem to be levitating, tied onto a rope, and Randy's tied onto the rope, but that rope is slowly starting to get to the point where Randy's towards the bottom where he was once at the top, and it's falling down. And how long is your rope?
60
Randy?
foot.
60 feet. So yeah, it's kind of like this, where the top sailor here and Randy's like here, and there's like this little J still connecting it, but soon it'll be an L.
But they're still levitated, so
they're still levitating. Yeah, I'll give you that one. Yeah, it's still levitating.
Okay.
I guess I'm going to go after those that are falling.
Okay,
who's still falling?
No one's currently falling at the moment. They are holding onto the rope as let me roll on the other guys and see again, because they would have to probably react to the rope falling. Oh, there's two. Okay, one of the sailors and his injured companion are still holding onto this rope. The other one, though, does lose grip as this sudden shift of gravity takes hold, and they now find themselves falling. Okay.
Featherfall. So they're floating down.
Works, and that is not a concentration, correct?
It is not.
Okay. I didn't think so, but I just double checking.
Yeah.
All right. So that guy starts falling, but then slows down. The ship itself is going to outpace it pretty quickly here. So you can kind of see all this stuff happening, Natsu.
Yeah. I'll try to start gathering people up if I can.
Okay. Are you are you aiming for the ones that fell away from the pack or the main pack at the moment?
Is there more in the main pack than a few stragglers?
I mean, so it's Hendrix is along the rope, but he is kind of flying, kind of helping them. Yeah. There's an unconscious sailor, a conscious one with an unconscious sailor, like kind of strapped onto him, and then Randy now, like soon to be hanging from the bottom of that. And then there's a conscious sailor and unconscious sailor that's starting to slowly feather fall down.
Get those guys.
Okay.
I shout out to Natsu, get those guys.
Natsu nods and goes and gathers them too first before the others.
Randy, why don't you give me a acrobatics check, let's call it, to see, like, because the ship's falling and you're going to be trying to dodge out of the way. You got a 2?
No, I got 21.
Oh, 21. 21's much better than a 2. Okay,
it is.
Cool.
19 more.
Yeah. So you're able to kind of like run along the mast as you feel it falling away and swing out at the bottom of your levitated stature here of things happening.
I'm at the bottom right now and everyone else is above me?
Yeah.
Okay. Right under me, I'm going to break, levitate, and going to cast Wall of Force directly beneath me, making a semicircular panel, like an upside down hut, if you will, for me to fall into. Yeah, 10-foot radius on either side, and everyone will fall down into that space.
Okay.
And that's good for 10 minutes. So I'm able to call out to Natsu and say, Get the guys floating, then come by and pick us up if that's cool.
All right.
I see the cat. I see the cat like giving a thumbs up. I'm like, cool. Okay.
All right.
Good guy. Good guy, cat. Good guy, cat.
So,
Cat and cat.
Good kitty. Nice kitty.
yeah, you create this wall of force. You guys fall. Hendrix, you are somewhere in the middle of this mess. Are you following with the rope? I know you're flying, but like, or do you just kind of fly off to the side? Or
The idea would be to stay near Randy to make sure, out of anything, he was fine, and then be as close as I can to the rest. So near Randy.
so kind of follow down as you feel the rope slacken and these sailors start falling towards this area here. To see a couple things. Okay. Yeah, this one was.
I'm gonna need a nap after this, guys. I'm not even lying.
Okay.
I'm taking some slots.
So yeah, these sailors fall and hit hard on this, especially the unconscious one that was up top, falling 60 feet. And the one that was conscious now falls unconscious. Natsu, you're able to dive down and swoop down to pick up the other sailor who's just kind of floating there, slowly descending. You're able to make it down to him, and then I'd assume pull back up to pick up the rest of them. Okay.
Absolutely.
So as Natsu kind of raises up, Randy and Hendrix, you kind of take assessment of these sailors that are there. You find that the one that was conscious is still alive. The other two died from impact. They were already pretty far gone. They were unconscious, but falling, 60 feet and 40 feet with a guy tied onto him. So you have one.
The cushion is full. Philo. You're very muted.
You muted, brother. I'm sure it was great. But...
As they're falling towards me as a reaction, Featherfall. Just stop that being an issue.
Huh.
Right? I can do up to 4 people.
I guess so. I mean, you just encompass the other ones or whatever.
Yeah.
Why do my spells? Oh, that's because I'm in monsters. Okay. All right. I'll give you that one.
Yes.
I'll give you that one. We'll do that. Feather fall.
No one died today, okay? GM.
I am just honoring they introduced obstacles that was given. That's all. I am just, I have denied him.
No one died,
issue.
Tom.
Dude,
No one died.
obstacles, and therefore I tried my best.
That was close. That was tense.
But
that was actually genuinely tense,
It has,
Yeah.
That feature has been spent.
All right. Cool. So it takes a bit of time, but you are able to collect everybody, Natsu. The other ships start to head off, heading towards the Arcosian, the big damaged ship, and the other one, which is kind of like tethers itself to the damaged one to help steer it back. You guys have the dirigible now. The ship that you guys were on have fallen and have disappeared into the darkness below. The one that was in the clouds itself also seems to have, it comes out the other side and is just slowly descending itself towards the darkness in the depths as it seems to be unsteered. The dragons have both kind of dissipated in different directions. And you guys are able to make your way slowly back to the Arcosian
Docks.
So far, well done. Let's go back here. That was not the one I wanted to go to. There we go. All right. So you guys make it back to the docks. You are guided into a docking position. Natsu, like an open dock area, and like a bunch of guards kind of come running over to check in on you. There's a elven guard kind of like leading that group and pauses and kind of looks you over. I think I recognize these ones. They're not the raiders.
We're the champions.
Well
We won
done.
the arena, remember?
Ah, yes. That was a good fight. Yeah. Well, welcome back. Well done.
Thanks.
It's all right.
This is my ship. Do not try to confiscate it or do anything to it. I
Yeah, he needs to
spells-
dock that up. Can you find him a docking
He,
spot, please?
He invokes the sacred rights of dibs.
Dibs.
I think it
Cool,
smells
but-
like roses. Other people have said it smells like ass, as well as decay and death. But do not worry about that.
Deck just lids us in dead bodies.
Right. All right. Well, yes, please dock up. I'll leave the ownership of this property between you and.
This is a crime investigation, so do not touch.
No
I've always
touching.
wanted-
Don't worry.
I look at the party. I've always wanted to say that.
Right, but don't we want them to touch it to clean it up? Because it's going to literally hum within 12 hours because of dead bodies.
Well, we can take care of it, but I mean,
Also, I don't know who did it, but there's a big gash in the side of the balloon and this side as well.
Oh, that's
do
careless.
not worry. I mean, and I'm used to run down, beat up vehicles anyway. That's why I would like something like this, not something that can slide in and slide out, like laxative.
Stop talking about past relationships. We're on a ship, for God's sake.
I knew that girl.
Yeah, so you are able to dock and kind of make your way back up towards like the main entrance area. It seems like most of the ships out there have kind of dispersed. As you guys were heading in, you do notice that there's a ship that is like exiting the docking area and kind of making its way out, whereas like most are coming in. There is one that is like starting to head out. It is a small-ish ship. It's not like tiny, but it's not like a massive ship. And on the back you just see, like, as it sails away, like a little cupcake on the back of the ship as it sails out, sailing away from this area.
Cupcake.
Hendrix, where's your boat?
My boat's still in the dock, so I don't want to let it leave. Like,
Can we see it?
Yeah, you get a sense of it. It's
Okay.
still in the docks that it was at. Yeah.
Cupcake. Do I recognize the sigil?
Give me some sort of maybe a history roll.
Okay. All those lessons with mother.
like
23.
nice.
Okay. You've heard rumors of a ship that tends to do like pirate-esque activities. It is known as the Sweet Revenge, and it is run by a Captain Flit, who is just kind of like known as a kind of a pirate marauder that's kind of made their name in the last decade or so in the kind of western regions that you guys are generally in. Like,
Pirate.
but you also know there's been pirates aboard all of, there's
Island,
been
yeah.
pirates here on the
Yeah.
island anyways, so.
What is wrong with
Right.
the pirate?
No, just why is that one leaving and all these other ones are coming in?
Business?
I
Poorly
guess
timed.
when he says that, I will talk to my ship, and it's silly to think that it has eyes, but did it see a ship with a muffin emblem? And if so, the crew that were on it.
I didn't.
It
quite
could be on the
hear
other
that.
side of docks and see nothing. It could have been right
Yeah.
next to us. I don't know.
Yeah, you kind of hear the ship. I do apologize, Mr. Hendricks, but that is beyond the scope of my limited sensory abilities. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I thought it was worth a shot anyway.
Yes.
Quick, send
Are
out
you all
Daisy.
secure though?
Oh, yes. I was fine. No one came near.
So I'm in a corner just facing the wind, doing weird faces, having a conversation in my head. And Randy says, "Send out Daisy," and I'm like, "What? Yeah, where am I sending her?"
To the ship, to see who's on it, so we can get some eyes on it.
Oh, that ship. How far away is it then? I assumed it was quite.
Probably pretty far at this point. Like it wasn't super close anyways. It's just
Right.
Yeah.
some of you have really high passive perceptions, so I figured you would spot the ship exiting.
Okay.
If it docked, the dockmaster would have a record of it.
Yeah, and if it left, this is the perfect time to do it without having to clear it with the dockmaster. Just saying, if this whole thing was a ruse to get off the island without anyone noticing, what would they be taking that would be of that much value?
Or who?
Gold Dragon's the lady. Green Dragon's the lord. That's the way it always goes in all the stories.
You saying those dragons were?
People. Yeah. 100%.
And I think
Go
at
with the
that
red
point,
dragons.
let's call it for the day. Let's pick this back up in a couple weeks, especially since we don't have Lucius to kind of delve into this whole thing. Let's stop there. It's about our time anyways. And I think that's a good enough point. This revelation or this thought of that the gold dragon would be the Lady Lenora of the island, the golden lady of the island, and this green dragon would have been the her cousin, I'm assuming is who you're referring to.
Are we back in next week?
I think we're on
2
2 weeks. Yeah, I think we're trying to get back to our normal schedule. We wanted to do back to back, but because of, internet issues and other issues, we didn't get to it. So we'll be back here 2 weeks from today. If any of you watchers, and thank you all for joining us and causing trouble in chat, we do appreciate that. We will be back, at least Dave and I will be back on Wednesday night American time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, and then I know really late for, sadly, all of us, our wonderful UK viewers that joined us today. We will be playing our own system, our Astroplex system for that one. And now that I think we got everything up, we'll be getting back to our normal schedule.
Yeah.
So thank you, everyone.
Everything's so far working.
Yeah.
Oh.
Assuming there's no more natural disasters, we hopefully will be good.
Yeah,
it is that time of year in some certain parts of the country.
Yeah.
So thank you all. Have a good one. Goodbye.
Nice.
Peace out, people.
Later.